Hi, Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me today and for a chat and training. Tell me a little bit about what got you into training and what your background is.
I think like many other trainers, right? We have that dog that really got us going. And I did. I had a dog back when I was a, kid, and he was a challenge. Went to a trainer. A trainer gave as much advice as they could. I wasn't really too excited about the way that they were training. I was a little bit disappointed in how they were wanting me to use chains and water bottles and all these things. And so it really helped me get into how to train better for my dog. And then I started to actually really love it and enjoy it. And I had a love for animals already, and I was dead set that this is what I want to do. I started out actually working with grooming pets, and that was really fun. And then I went into working with exotic animals. I love working with exotic animals, and actually I have such a heart for zoos and the conservation that they're doing in zoos to help you better understand animals so we can save more animals and keep them in their environment. From there, I started to see that I love training in general, and I wanted to learn more about training as in itself. And working with domestics gives you a little bit more freedom. There's not as many limitations when you're working with a mountain lion or a monkey between bars, right? So I have a little bit more freedom to learn a little bit more. And I went through the Karen Pryor Academy as well and became a certified dog trainer through that, and really loved it. I was like, I don't know if I want to go back to exotics anymore. This is really a passion, especially working with the people. You don't get that part either when I'm working with exotic animals. But since my favorite part is inspiring pet owners and pet guardians to work with their animals and to learn more, this has been the great avenue to really serve my passions with working with animals and in training. So that's kind of how I got my start. It kind of went all a little around the place. Try to say I'm well-rounded trainer, and continuing to learn, because you don't ever stop learning when you're a trainer. There's always new things and new challenges.
That's so true. And I love that of all the animals you've worked with, it started with your dog when you were younger, and it came right back to that connection with your pet and connection with the community and the people that are working with them. So I think that's super cool. What do you love most about training, and what's your favorite behavior to train?
I really love inspiring people through my training, and that's kind of my biggest piece, which is why I like to do the junior training as well. The junior training classes help inspire kids to want to be trainers one day, or at least to better understand pets. So that's kind of what I really love about training as a trainer. I love the bond you get, of course, and the connection you build with an animal through training is like no other. Trying to be able to understand each other is key when you're having any type of relationship with really anybody, but having good communication and trust and all that amazing stuff you can earn through training, which is what I love. The favorite behaviors I love to train kind of also coincide with that, with coming when called. I love teaching and helping pet parents and pet guardians to be able to help their dogs learn to want to come back to them in a distracting environment, and how to really connect with the owner. And I think that that's the foundation for come when called, as well as leash walking. That's one of my other really favorite behaviors to teach, because you have to have a trust and a bond with that other person at the end of the leash, right? And that animal at the end of the leash, you got to trust them, they got to trust you. And it's a really fun way. There's fun ways to build games that can help connect that and make it enjoyable for both people to learn those skills.
Awesome. So kind of going along with that, what's your favorite challenge behaviors to work with?
Probably it would be the come when called is a big one that I like to work with, when people are coming to me and saying, my dog just won't come to me. My dog just won't listen when I'm telling him to come. Because a lot of times owners are surprised when I say, well, we're not really going to do any asking our dog to come to us. We're going to do all these games that build a relationship and build strength and trust with each other. And usually that's what it comes down to, stripping it all down and reconnecting with your pet and understanding why wouldn't your pet want to come in these circumstances.
Awesome. I love that. It's all about context and educating them on how to build those foundations. Love that. Question for you. All the training you do with us is remote. So what have online classes been like for you? What have you learned from them? What do you enjoy about them? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, they definitely were interesting to start, that's for sure, because it was something I hadn't even experienced myself, being trained remotely. But it was surprisingly, it shouldn't have been very surprising, but it was really fun, because training is fun. And it was great to be able to see pet parents, even more so than when I'm in my classes, be, wow, I can do this. I did this. And that's what I can really reiterate constantly through my Zoom classes is they're like, thank you so much. You helped my dog achieve this goal, or you helped my dog do this. I'm like, no, you did it. Yes, I was here coaching you, but you're the one that's there hands-on with your dog, giving the treat at the right moment and listening to my feedback. And you're the one that made this behavior happen. It wasn't me, it was you. And I think that's probably the best part of doing the virtual is really empowering the owners and pet guardians to feel like, hey, I did do this, and what more can I do with our dogs? And I oftentimes hear that from a lot of my clients in my class, especially my loose leash walking class. They're like, I'm excited to keep going and keep doing more with my dog, and finding new ways to inspire my dog to trust me while we're out on a walk, or when I'm asking to come from the dog park. And that's what's been really great with doing it virtually and doing it through Zoom. And then also, yeah, the recordings. I get that a lot. Is I love being able to go back and rewatch how you did a special skill because I couldn't quite catch on how to do it. And I can even send me a video and I'll watch the video and then I can give you feedback on it, which is something that, yeah, I didn't do before. I didn't have as much availability to do through doing in-person training. So there's a lot of little pieces that I've seen through pet owners going through the class and myself that we're learning little ways to help make it more special.
Awesome. And I love that you bring up the ability to record classes, to review the sessions later, to send you video feedback and get that really direct, like, here's what it looks like in my home. Here's what it looks like in my environment. Help me, coach me. And I love that. I think that's a really important piece of the online classes that we've all discovered we really enjoy. So thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward to many more classes down the road. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.